Yo, what's up with y'all? We're streaming. We are back on stream, and we will be driving my new favorite car. Not favorite car, but definitely it is up there, the Toyota MR2. I am just going to open up YouTube real quick on my phone just so I can know view count and all of that. I do want to make sure I am keeping up with y'all, making sure that if we have any new viewers, I can know so I can shout y'all out. not shout y'all out by name because I don't get a list, but more so be like, oh, thank you guys so much for being here. Mm-hmm. Why? You know, all that stuff. So, yeah, I have it open now. Also, let me find something that doesn't show it all off. I got a new wallpaper, and it looks absolutely sick. And I want to show it to y'all without leaking anything else. Not that there's anything, but like just for my personal safety. Right there. That is my wallpaper. That stuff goes hard. That's genuinely hard. If you guys don't know, Senna is my all-time favorite driver. Senna is who I think to be one of the best Formula One drivers ever, if not the best ever. Because of course Michael Schumacher was good, Lewis Hamilton was good, but Senna, like he was good on every single occasion. And that's just something that really stood out to me, especially whenever I started watching Formula One. Especially I started watching Formula One because ever since I started sim racing, my dream was to get to Formula One. That is still my goal. That's why, to those of you watching, make sure y'all follow me on all of my socials. It would help me get immense exposure for me to get to Formula One, and that would help me a lot. And I would appreciate it a lot. Okay, I just dropped a poker chip. I'm gonna grab that real quick. Y'all know that one trick, the butterfly? Y'all know the one? Let me, cause I can somewhat do it right now. It takes a lot of practice. It's like you start like this, and then you gotta like split it, and then you got two, and then you gotta like, and this is all doing it with one hand. You turn that little thing into four, and I just did it genuinely right now. I just surprised myself so much. I didn't think I was. Yeah, there. See, they fall usually, but a lot better progress than where we were yesterday. Yesterday I wasn't doing it that well, but practice makes progress. A lot of people say practice makes perfect, but then again, perfect is not achievable. We are imperfect human beings. So practice makes progress, and progress leads to winning. So, yeah, and I will just say that for right now. We will. The reason I didn't drive the Bathurst GT3 during Rainmaster today is because the race starts at 2:15 and it's currently 2. I started the stream 10 minutes ago. It's one of those things where if I got into the race, I would be so tight on time. Like I'd be trying to cut everything short and I wouldn't be like comfortable. I'll instead race tomorrow, Bathurst. I just realized they're some of the cheapest gloves I've ever got. Like they were somewhat expensive, but look, the Velcro's already coming off, which sucks. No wonder because this glove didn't feel tight. That's because the Velcro don't even stay on. It just kind of folds forward. But nothing to cry about. We will drive my new favorite, my new not dream car. My dream car is a Porsche GT3 RS. I know that sounds generic. Like a lot of people say, "Oh, I want the GT3 RS. I want the GT3 RS." Look, if you want a GT3 RS, like big props to you. I love the car. I really, really like that car. And I know 100% maybe it's not y'all, but if you guys go, not necessarily TikTok, but like YouTube Shorts, it's like the new Supra. Every 12, 13-year-old kid, 11, 12, 13-year-old kid wants a GT3 RS. And for me, the reason I want a GT3 RS, I drive race cars. I am big on car handling and the absolute rawness of just driving a car normally or driving a car fast. So the GT3 RS gives you that experience with a DRS activated rear wing, active aero on the front too, super aggressive aerodynamics, and just overall just really really cool stuff from the GT3 RS. I genuinely love that car. That is my dream car. I also want a Koenigsegg, the Koenigsegg Gemera. That one would be a cool family car. Family car. Also, the Porsche Panamera would be a good family car, just because these are cars that fit 5 people, and they have absolutely insane horsepower. But until then, I have my Ford Taurus, a 19. I want a ninth gen F-150, F-250 because the F-250 came with two doors or with four doors, and I want an MR2. Why do I want an MR2? You might ask. Well, the Porsche has rear engine, rear wheel drive. That is why I love that car so much. I can manipulate any amount of rotation that I want into the car, and it's just tailored to my style of driving. My driving style is a very aggressive, very Max Verstappen car setup like racing style. I like the cars to be very slippy, more so on the oversteer side. I hate understeer. I absolutely cannot stand understeer. So yeah, the reason I love the MR2 is because let me find another photo. This thing's so dark. This one. You guys might think, oh, that thing looks goofy. That thing looks goofy. Yes, it might look a little goofy, but I very much like it. And the engine's in the middle. It's a middle rear. Car is oversteery like crazy, but I love the handling on this car. And even the look. Right now it might look a little goofy, but this is what they look like after they're all tuned up. The photo's very dark, but that's what it looks like. Let's do a 360 view. This one should brighten up the lighting a little bit. But yeah, see, just really, really nice car. It is a roadster, so it's a convertible. I would get the Spider because the Spider, I believe, is a hardtop convertible or something. And just overall, the way that this car handles, it's hard to describe unless you drive it. It's one of those where, like, the rear just kicks out so fast that that's what I was talking about yesterday. If somebody in the chat is thinking about buying an MR2 now, I would definitely suggest getting some drifting classes or car handling classes before buying the car because I have I know how to handle the car. I know how to manipulate the car to a way where I won't like I know how to control the car is what I'm saying, especially this model. I'm gonna choose red. Actually, let's paint it the color. There's one here in my area for 4 grand and it's gray. I think I'm gonna buy that one. One of these, I say one of these days. It'll take me quite a bit of time to gain enough money to buy it. I'm not rich by any means, nor do I have. My parents give everything to me. I will say that they are great parents. They give everything, but we're not Formula One go-karting rich. That's what I'll say. It's like so I this all of this they did help me very much to get to where I am right now. But I did sell a lot of stuff to get here. And same thing to get my MR2. I'm trying to start a business, trying to upscale that because I do very much want this car. I very much want a whole bunch of cars. I need to get into racing. I'm going to start racing the NASA spec MX-5 by next year. So I do need to buy that car, but all of this is all by God. God gives me everything. Like everybody watching, like just I'm eternally grateful to everything that God has given me. I've upon the last couple of months become closer and closer to him, and it's just even when I don't see a clear path, I trust in him. And it's like, what's that one? There's a verse. It's like, you are the light of my path or something like that. But basically, like, even when you don't see a clear path, it comes to you. And that's just what I like. I'm eternally grateful for everything, genuinely. And I know that sometimes a lot of people, especially seeing me being a sim racer and a streamer and a small YouTuber, whenever I try not to tell too many people this, but I tell them, like, oh, I want to be a Formula One driver. To a lot of people, they don't even know what Formula One is, right? So specifically around my circle, my social circle. But it's more so some of that, if they do know, they're going to be like, who does this guy think he is, right? Because Formula One is a very expensive sport. So is GT3, so is racing. I don't let people's opinions get into my way of my motivation. If you tell me, like, oh, but why not just get a job? Why not go to university? Why not go to college? I'll be like, I'm out doing this because you're not. You're taking the safe route. You're taking that wide road with the instructions and the map on how to get through it. I'm going through that dirt road that's a lot longer but leads to the better place. And I know, like, with the help of God, he will 100% guide me through everything that I need to get to Formula 1. That is all I need. All I need is God's support. As long as I know I have God on my side, the path becomes clear. That's something Ayrton Senna used to say. With God on your side, everything becomes clear. And all of that is just something that I very much believe in. Formula One is something that, it's not like one of those things where I just think about it. Let me put this in a way. It's like, I've seen this a lot, especially in my life. I don't know if you guys have felt this a lot, but whenever I want something, I envision it and I get it. Like with that desk back there that I showed you guys, I had the idea to make my own desk on Tuesday. Made up all the money by Wednesday, bought all the things on Wednesday, finished the desk on Wednesday, had it all of Thursday, got my computer on Friday. That is how fast the thought came into my mind, and it went right there. Also, this sim rig, I thought, like, dang, my Fanatec CSL Elite doesn't work anymore. But instead of crying about it, I got to work and I raised up the $800 to buy all of this. So that's what I'm saying. Like, whenever I have problems, I pray about stuff and I think about it. And I know I've been talking a lot, like, but it's genuinely something that I very much believe in, and I want you guys to know this too, right? I don't want to, whatever your dream is, if your dream is to get to university or get to college or learn how to read or lose weight, any type of goal that you have, just know that I know where you're at and I am 100% rooting for you. Because at certain times things can get hard and they'll never get easier. You just get stronger. And that is, I know I'm talking like a motivational speaker, but it's something that I genuinely passionately care about, and I'm gonna get there. And I really don't care how long it takes me or what obstacles are in the way. I will get there someday. And with God on my side, the path will become clear. And I do want to see how many viewers we have, because I've been talking nonstop for like 20 minutes. So I apologize to those of you who are watching and are bored right now, because I've been talking nonstop here. Let me just heart the stuff. It's always so funny to me that my top fans are the 2 bots that I use in my chat. Well, yeah. Okay. How does that even happen? Where's my mouse? Why did that open? Can y'all hear that? It's paused, but why is it... Why did it open? I don't know. But yeah, on that, we will be driving the Toyota MR2, which the reason I love this car is because of the massive amounts of oversteer that this car gets. That is definitely towards my driving style. And I just really like this car. A lot of people don't like the looks. See how the rear just kicks out? But see, like I said, if you're gonna buy one, I would suggest getting some drifting classes beforehand, because as you guys know, I got into sim drifting for a little while, and that definitely teaches you some stuff on car handling, especially in the spec Miata. But I just really like this car. Super, super fun. Sounds really nice too. I believe it's a 1.4 liter inline 4. Somewhat reminds me of when Senna was driving the Honda Acura NSX at Suzuka. I know the NSX is like crazy on the oversteer, but also it's very light, so the handling is also, I think, a lot better. The thing on this one is that the car's insanely light. Yeah, the car's right-hand drive. Revs up to 8,000 RPM, which isn't too high. The Porsche GT3 RS revs up to 11,000. So does Formula 1 is 12,500, besides Aston Martin. Oh, man, it's always on that corner. I downshift from 4th to like 2nd. No, it's from 5th to 2nd, which was even worse. Oh, I let go of the clutch before I put the gear in. But yeah, we can take 130R flat out. Somewhat flat out. Got like a death wobble over here. Oh, again? Let's do a fast lap. I want to see what's the fastest lap I can get. Again, see, just bringing out the drifting in this car. But yeah, see, just to prevent damage, if you guys ever buy this car, please take drifting classes. Because if I had not learned how to drift all those months ago, I genuinely think I would have been in the wall 30 times. Because this car is definitely a slidey boy. And just counter steering doesn't do you much. Yeah, see right there, I didn't brake, like, basically at all, but... I am going to now drive the race car spec, which is also called the Hell spec, just because it's somewhat fast. It's very fast. It's a very fast car. And I say very fast because this one is also 140 bhp, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 5.8 seconds, which I believe is equivalent to a 0 to 60. Like, 0 to 60, like, 0 to 100 kilometers is like the golden standard for the entire world, and then there's America that's driving the 0 to 60 with their freedoms per eagle metric system. Is it metric? Yeah. No, imperial is what they use. Hey, sweetheart. Thank you for being here. Oh, that's absolutely awesome. All right. Let's get on with it. We've been streaming for, dang, that much time passed? But hey, I have the most beautiful person ever watching my stream. So that's such a good thing. Let's drive the red one. It is called this because it is the, I don't know if, I believe it's turbocharged. But it is still the MRS. It's the MR2, but it's called the MRS in Japan, but it's the MR2 Spider. This one doesn't tell you how much horsepower it has. No, actually it does. I think that's 240. Yeah, 240, something like that. But throw some in chat. Chat, what color should we paint this car? I was thinking red or white. Or the gray looks good too, but the black is like a little bland. Let's go red. If y'all have any other suggestions, throw stuff in chat. I should have it to anybody throwing it in there. Yeah, I don't know, but 2 viewers. Thank you to my 2 viewers for watching. It means a lot to me. This car is just absolutely beautiful, and I know to a lot of y'all might think I'm trolling. Like, does this guy actually think this car is nice? I genuinely, this is one of my favorite cars recently. I was not aware of the existence of this car until recently, and I've genuinely fallen in love with it just because it's a sports car for $4 grand. Middle rear engine, 200 horsepower stock, really, really nice. To me, it reminds me of a Porsche Boxster Roadster, or a Spider. So I really like this car. I want to see a top corner angle of the camera. But yeah, everything about it, really, really nice. Is there gonna be another camera? I want to see another camera angle. If it finishes this camera angle and it goes, okay, there, see, look at how beautiful this car is. I just realized I now know why this car is called Hellspec. Those headlights are turbos. What? That is absolutely sick. Oh, that's sick. All right. Wait, but are they actually turbos? Why is it moving? Okay, so it sounds really nice, and it revs up to close to 9,000. 85, like 80, in between 85 and 9, so 8,750 RPM. But I don't hear a turbo, but I'm 100% sure those were turbos. You could see the spool. Feels very, very nice. Oh, this car is beautiful in the handling. Oh, I can just take these corners flat out. Okay, but then again, the stock MR2, whenever you spin out, or whenever you start getting oversteer in the stock MR2, you can save it. This car is definitely very planted. Not planted, that's not the word. I'm thinking of the word in Spanish, plantado. Plantado is what? Stable? I think it's stable. Okay, yeah, I should have. I just threw it into neutral right there. Okay, now I'm tripping. What word was it? I'm saying planted, but it's not that one. Because I'm doing some of that Spanglish though. Because the word is plantado in Spanish. I believe the word is stable. Yeah, the car feels... Yeah, that's the word. The car feels very stable. But whenever it gets that snap oversteer, you can't control it. And I am having to take these corners with one arm. Can I take 130R flat out? In the other MR2, you were kind of able to, so I would imagine you're not able to take 130R flat out. Oh, always on that corner. Fourth, third, second. I'm destroying the engine and transmission of this car. One more lap. Let's see how fast we can get it. Okay, so we're at 130 miles per hour. Let's brake here. Dang. Oh, I messed up the transmission. You guys can see it. There's a damage counter over here. Can I burn out? I was more so just trying to do like a low donut. Let's see if I can burn out. I have to change traction control settings. It wants to. Oh, it does have traction control. I see the light kick on every time we shift. Let's take this corner properly. Shift into 30 instead of 5th. That was horrible for the speed. I think right here just a lift through 130R. Yeah, just a lift. And too big of a lift there, we could lift less. A 318. Let's try one more. This will be the last lap. before we go and do something else. Because the 318 is... It's not bad, but I want to get a faster Suzuka time. Oh, that was a beautiful corner exit. Destroyed that corner. Okay, just cut that corner. Hey, it makes up for the time on the other corner where I messed up. Horrible corner exit. Should have been third gear. I really adjusted to this car. It feels very, very nice. Very, very stable. It really, like, once you upset the car, you can't really control it. Did I blow the engine? I don't know what lap time this is gonna be. Hopefully it's better than a 318. But there have been a lot of mishaps on this lap. Right here we can make up a lot of time. Just lift slightly, hit the apex. We're low on fuel. See, let's take the short line. Let's see. What's the lap time? 2:08. Wow! 1 minute improvement upon our lap time. Let's do a little spin out right here just for fun. Man, I can't even spin out if I try. See, that's what I like about this car. I feel like if I tune this car correctly... Wow, a 218 with all of those problems. But see, this is what I'm saying. I generally think if I get this car and I tune it well, I do everything well to it. Because this one, the difference between the MRS 2003, one is tire size. You want bigger tires, wider rims. You want to get more surface contact. Also, stiffer suspension is definitely something that affects handling. This one has... Can y'all hear that? Y'all know what those are? Those are fighter jets flying over. I want to see if you can hear them. I'll check real quick. But yeah, one thing upon this car is stiffer suspension. It is also more horsepower, but mainly more downforce. See how this has the front splitter? This one's more rounded out. I believe those are turbos. They look to me like turbos, but they also look like more aerodynamic lights. Then again, a huge rear wing, huge side intake scoops, wide body kit, I believe. So all of this plays a huge role in making the car a better handling one. Let me check right here. I want to see if you can hear the fighter jets because... Suspension is definitely something that affects handling. This one has... Can y'all hear that? Okay, I can very faintly hear it. Y'all know what those are? Those are fighter jets flying over. I want to see if you can hear. Okay, yeah, very, very faintly. Upon this car is stiffer suspension. You can very, very faintly hear the fighter jets, but there are a whole bunch of them flying over basically all day. So Lancia Stratos HF Turbo, Formula Rapide. Let's drive this one again. The Red Bull RB6 is also very fun. The 2026 Audi isn't that fun. But then again, stiffer suspension. engine tuning to 240 bhp from 140 brake horsepower. Um, more aero, active aero, weight reduction, I believe. No, weight addition. This is at 918. This one's at a 955, which could help. If you put a ballast on the front of the car, it would help a lot with handling because of all that weight on the rear, being that the engine is in the middle of the car. It would definitely help if you added weight to the rear. I want to see. Okay, yeah. Without, it's definitely better with the light. But is it better with a different light? Okay, that's the yellow one. I'm not too fond of that. I'll stay with the white one. But yeah, throw some in chat. Chat, what do you guys want me to drive? I'm 100% open to any ideas, and if I do not have the car, I will try and find it in a mod. But until then, we will be driving the Formula Rapide. Being that I believe Rapide means fast in Italian. Why do I think that? Because I speak Spanish. Fast in Spanish is rápido. So Italian is very similar. So I would imagine it's that one. But what do I know, right? All right, there. Steering wheel is in. I'm going to check what language Rapida is in. That I'm 100% sure it means fast. I just don't know in which language. It could be Portuguese for all I know. I do also speak a little Portuguese, but not enough to know. Oh, it's French. It's French for fast. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know that. I'm gonna see if it's also in Italian. But it says French detected, so rapide in Italian means rapid. But it could be also one of those things where Google translates a thing over and over again to find it. So it could, but I'm 100% sure it means fast or rapid. Let's drive this one. And okay, I'm gonna see if I can find a mod for the MP4/4. Just because the MP4/4 is one of the epitome cars of Formula One. So a lot of the times the MP4/4 will get.
It all started with one battery, sparking a revolution.
I don't want to give Ryobi a free advertisement, but yeah. The MP4/4 was the car that Ayrton Senna and the Professor Alain Prost drove in the 1993 season, I believe, or 1992. Let's see. 1988. I was way off, but 1988 is when the MP4/4. I'm gonna also see if the MP4/6 is out there because the MP4/6 is a car that everybody remembers. It is the car whenever you think of Senna, you think of the MP4/6. The MP4/6 sold the other day. It's one of those times when you have to raise up $16 million in a week. Whenever I saw that car was going for auction, there was a week left in the auction, and it was estimated to be sold for $16 million. That is the MP4/6. This is the car everybody thinks about when they think of Senna. At least for me, a lot of y'all might think of the Williams FW14B. I think it's the FW14B. Yeah, it is the Williams FW14B. I believe it was FW15. The one that Senna drove. But I believe it was rivaling speeds of the MP4/8, which was also another car from that time. But yeah, like I said, tomorrow we will be racing Bathurst in the rain, 15 minutes of Bathurst in the rain, which is basically like, it's a difficult track as is. So racing it in the rain will be also questionable, but I love racing in the rain. I find that I can find more speed, especially whenever we are just racing in the rain. So all of that is absolutely insane. Also, I need to buy a new team kit. I'm still rocking I think this is 2023. Nice for stuff in. Y'all can't see my screen. I don't know why this download is taking so long. I apologize for the lack of action during the live stream. I've more so been talking and not really like I drove a good amount, but okay, let's drive the Formula Rapide while this thing loads because this is probably gonna take a while. Formula Rapide is one of my favorite cars now to drive in Assetto Corsa. Y'all saw that? Y'all saw how my wheel just spun like that? If my look, okay, maybe y'all can't see it. My steering wheel, y'all can see my hand. I'm 100% sure. My steering wheel's here. It is going to jerk back, like pretty violently. See, like this has 9 Newton meters of force. If my hands, like if I had a circle wheel, my hand was there, it would have done significant damage. Or if my hands were on it. So, but yeah, like I said, really, really nice car. Sounds beautiful. Reminds me of the V10. Just absolutely insane aero. Oh, I've never driven this in a Suzuka before. Into the wall. But it does vibrate my steering wheel a lot. Like I can feel it down to my pedals. That's how much. What's the brake bias at? Okay, 54. I want it rearward. Yeah, I believe 60% is more so rearward. Can I take these flat out? I cannot. Oh, we're in the wall again. Okay, if I remember correctly, the car that I drove in Gran Turismo all of those years was the SF23 Toyota. If the Super Formula is in Assetto Corsa, I'm almost 100% sure we can set a competitive lap time, possibly a top 1000. Okay, it's giving me Ferrari SF23. Give me Super Formula. Why? Okay, I know you guys are probably questioning, why is he so good with the Super Formula, but not with a Formula Rapide? Or I'm pretty good with the Formula 1 car. Why is that? Because when I was still driving Gran Turismo, the only Formula car they had was the Super Formula 2019 and the 2023. So those were the only cars that I really drove throughout that time that were Formula based. This is an SF22, so still very much different, but very much the same. While this is downloading, I'm gonna drive the RB20, the RB20. No, is this RB20? Yes, it is the RB20. There's like, oh, there's slight differences in the sponsors on the Halo and on the Aceto. Yeah, let's go. All right. This is also a very similar handling. Actually, I won't say similar handling because it's not really. But it's definitely close. And I can get within the limit, I feel, pretty quickly. I want you to be able to hear it, but not explode your phone speakers. Let's watch. I'm going to reset the session and we are going to watch a video, or I guess I'm going to watch a video because I can't show these videos on YouTube of the Verstappen pole lap on the RB20. RB20 Suzuka lap. But I want to see it with telemetry. I want to see where he accelerates, where he brakes. There's a 2025 one. Okay, it says 2023, 2024 right here. I will mute it because I don't want to. They would take down my stream if they just listen to this. So let's see. Here is, just envision this in y'all's mind. The main straight. You don't brake on turn 1. Let me see that. Starts braking around mid corner. Turn 2. Accelerates out. Appears to not. I think he's lifting, but very slightly, so slightly that he can still upshift in those corners. Appears flat out. Brakes up to 50 meter. Brakes at the end of the apex. Comes up to the hairpin of Suzuka. Braking at the start of the ads. And then just flat out. Yeah, there's no telemetry on this video, so I will stop opening the bottom. Okay, we'll do 1 lap. 2 laps. Let's see if we can do 2 laps. Car's handling very indifferently. Ask. Restart session. No, don't give me a beat. Restart session. 1 lap. You're not supposed to break very much. I was on it once. Very loose back end, which is a car that I like. Definitely just lifting upon all of these corners. Your piston take this corner flat out, but there's no telemetry. Feels like engine is damaged, but it comes in selective brakes at the end of the... Okay, that locked up the engine, but there's supposed to be an anti-stall. So that doesn't happen. Brake bias is again where I want it, so just a matter of practice. Today we didn't really race much. More so just, what's that one saying? Dilly-dallied? Man, every time I hear that one, I always like, it always cracks me up. But yeah, we will have a great race tomorrow. Tomorrow, make sure y'all tune in. Sorry that I wasn't able to today. Today, yeah, by the time we started, the race started at 2:15. It's currently 2:50. I started streaming at 1:50, something like that. So the time was just not going to align. Yeah, it's just one of those where I would get into the race and I would be just speeding through everything, which is the point of the race, right? To speed through it all. You're never not racing, but then again, you know, I want to talk to you. And all of that, I'll just race tomorrow. But yeah. We'll be racing tomorrow at Bathurst. Make sure y'all tune in. I don't know what time I'll be streaming. I don't have a set time for streaming, but make sure y'all tune in tomorrow whenever I start streaming, because we will be driving GT3 in the rain at one of the hardest racetracks in the world, which is Bathurst Mount Panorama. I don't know if you guys saw, the one of the drivers at Bathurst was hit a kangaroo while driving, which was absolutely insane. Like, the guy was covered in stuff. Also, I don't know if y'all remember, like, a couple days ago, I was trying to learn this trick. It's still somewhat difficult for me to do, but you kind of just split them into two, and then from there you go like up with the back one, and then back over here. It just comes out. Still very difficult for me to do, but it helps that I have big hands. But yeah, thank you so much to everybody watching. Thank you so much to my beautiful sweetheart for watching my streams and watching me drive around cars. Thank you to everybody for watching. Follow me on all of my socials. I will now be posting shorts and TikToks every single day, so you guys have content to indulge upon. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow, racing GT3 at Bathurst in the rain and driving more Toyota MR2s. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.